So on my next couple of videos for the vlogging challenge, I want to go back to a video I did a couple of days ago called Don't Be a Social Media Moron and break it down a little bit. One commenter was really sweet and was like, there's lots of good information here, but I'm a little overwhelmed. And I definitely have a tendency to do that to people. I am excited and I do spend a lot of time with these subjects and I talk fast. So when I start going and I start ranting, sometimes it takes me a while to know when to stop. So I wanted to go back since I definitely had a lot of information in that video and kind of break it down into a couple. So for this first one, I want to talk about what I was talking about with Don't Be a Moron. What I was saying is that for every type of product, service, brand, website, there's a social media platform that's appropriate for you. Now, this doesn't mean that you should only be working with that platform, but you should be emphasizing your time in that platform. So let's break this down a little bit. The first thing is I think you should register your name and your brand on every platform because you want to own your brand. If you start kind of making a name for yourself, you don't want someone else to come in and intercept. This is the same argument I make for buying a domain name. People use free sites and free, and then you don't own it. So you're spending all this time building something that someone else can go snatch. And yes, you can argue, that you've been using it, so I don't know, common law that you own it, but that's a lawsuit. That's much more expensive than a $10 domain name or a $12 domain name. So the first thing is own your brand, no matter how insignificant it feels now. If it means enough to you that you're watching this video and figuring out how to grow and how to expand your readership and how to make more of an impact, then it matters enough to you that you should put in the $10 and own it. So that's the first thing that I was saying. Go through to every social media site that you can get your hands on and register your names. Own yourself. Own what you're doing. Own your intellectual property. You never know what you're building and when you might need it or when you might want it. So then I was saying that if you aren't emphasizing one that's more appropriate for you, then you're a moron. And I use the example of if you are a photographer or you're working with weddings or fashion or makeup and you aren't on Pinterest, you're a moron. And I stand by this claim. You want to go where people want to see you. If you are offering great baby photos, then go where women who are looking at baby photos are. Don't try and show everyone that you know your awesome baby photos if they don't care. That's not going to amount to anything. It's just going to make you annoying. So you want to go where the people are that want to see what you're doing. And with most good, if you have a good niche and a good product, there should be people out there that want what you have to offer. If there's no one out there that wants what you have to offer, you need to rethink your strategy. You should probably find something that people want before you try and promote it and show it and expect it to spread. So, assuming you found something that someone out there will be interested in, go where they are. When women are looking for wedding inspiration, they go to Pinterest. I don't think they go to Twitter the same way they go to Pinterest and start browsing photos and photos and photos. So go there. If your product has quality, it will get repinned. It will gain some traction. So go where your audience is. It's so intuitive, yet we overlook it. We go where we want to go or where we're most comfortable. Similarly, I was saying if you are a comedian and you aren't trying out your material on Twitter, you're a moron. So for a comedian to be spending a bunch of time on Twitter is a little strange. I mean, I guess they could make photos and put the joke on it and see if that worked, but that's not the same as delivering something verbally. So that could help, with your branding by being out there on more than one platform. But why not utilize something like Twitter, which lets you tweet something in 140 characters, put it out there, and see what happens. See if you get a few retweets. If I do 100 tweets trying out 100 different one-liners, and 20 of them get retweeted a bunch and the other ones get ignored, I know where to use my content for my next show, so my next show will be a hit. Don't try it out on your audience. Try it out on your Twitter followers. Try it out in a much, where people aren't paying. People are just watching you and following you because you're generally funny, but they're not buying tickets. That way, when you show up to your show, you've got your best material and it's all tried out. So that was the basic don't be a moron theory. The basic don't be a moron concept is don't take for granted that all social media is the same. Saying social media is like saying marketing or business. I mean, it's still in the infancy stages. It's still new. People are still figuring out how to use it. But that means that where there's these new opportunities and there's new audiences, there's an opportunity for strategy. And the benefit of sitting back and evaluating your strategy cannot be overstated. I think we tend to do things automatically. We get excited. We do it feels comfortable. Maybe you just enjoy Twitter personally, and so it's just naturally what you start using for your business. And that's not necessarily the best way to go. So keep educating yourself. Keep watching more videos. There are people that do consulting for these things. I do that. I have clients, and we just talk about what they're doing, what they're trying to sell, and how they can do it best. So sometimes you just need to sit down with someone that's nerdy about this stuff like me and just talk it through, figure it out, figure out a strategy, work from scratch. There isn't necessarily a book out there written for you yet, so sometimes you need to work with someone. If you're interested in learning more, go to bloggingfearlessly.com. We talk about these things and watch the rest of the series. All right, I'll see you guys tomorrow. Thanks. Bye.